For a long time, I've been recommending Panama, and we've been recommending Panama as one of the top choices in the world for remote workers. And it still is, it's a great place. But as often is the case in this field, the landscape shifts quite often, and it becomes imperative to look at other options. One of the options that people have been asking us for a really long time is Portugal. And Mary Louise, our communication strategist, decided that it was time that we really tried that on for size. So here's what she discovered about Panama's new digital nomad visa compared to Portugal's D7 visa. Coming up today on Renegade News. Welcome back to Renegade News. I'm your host, Glenn Kowalski. Every week on this channel, you'll discover the latest news and strategies for breaking free from the system, paying less tax, and living anywhere in the world that you want. And two of those places that we hear about a lot lately for remote workers are Panama and Portugal. So today we're going to compare the two based on minimum income requirements, length of stay, path to permanent residency, path to citizenship, and of course, lifestyle. So buckle up and let's get right into it. In order to apply for Panama's digital nomad visa, you have to prove an income from a foreign source that's equivalent to about $3,000 per month or $36,000 per year. Plus, you need to have medical insurance. In the case where you're applying with a family, you actually have to increase that minimum income requirement to about $4,000 or $48,000 per year. Portugal, on the other hand, has what they call passive income requirements. And what it requires is that the primary applicant can prove passive income in the form of 665 euros per month for 12 months. If you come in with a spouse, that increases another 332.50 euros, again for those 12 months. And for the dependent children, the amount adds another 166.25 euros per month, again proven for those 12 months. You can also bring in dependent parents, and the amount for that per parent is 332.50, again for the 12 months. For this comparison, Portugal is the winner. Portugal has a much lower requirement in your earning requirements, but if you're making $36,000 or $50,000 per year, then it's a wash for you. Next, we're going to talk about length of stay. In Panama, the digital nomad visa allows for an 18-month visa, which allows an initial stay of 9 months that can be then renewed. That short stay visa can be extended for an additional 9 months. In Portugal, their D7 visa is valid for 1 year, but you must apply for the residency permit that's good for up to 2 years, and then it's renewable for 3-year periods after that. The winner in length of stay, again, that's Portugal. Panama gives you an easy path for up to 18 months. Portugal, on the other hand, has a few more steps, but you can stay longer if you go through all of those steps and you're willing to do all that work to do so. Next, let's look at whether the visa can lead to residency. In Panama, this visa, the digital nomad visa, does not lead to residency or citizenship. But if during the 18th month period that you fall in love with Panama, you can purchase real estate or potentially get a Panamanian job that does qualify and switch instead to the Friendly Nations visa. And that Friendly Nations visa can eventually get you permanent citizens. You'll start with a 2-year permit, but then you can apply for permanent residency after that. Portugal's D7 visa, however, does not lead to permanent residency, but you can apply for it as a separate visa after 5 years worth of renewals. The winner in this case is Panama. Panama gives you a much faster path to permanent residency since there's no requirement to wait 5 years before you actually apply for that Friendly Nations visa. You just have to meet the other requirements sometime during that period. Next is whether the visa can lead to citizenship. In Panama, you can apply for citizenship after being a permanent resident for 5 years. You need to take a language test and a knowledge test, and then you can get your citizenship. In Portugal, you can apply for citizenship after 5 years in the same time period as you are waiting to apply for your permanent residency. The main difference actually in applying is that with permanent residency, you don't need to take a language test, whereas you do for citizenship. For citizenship, the winner is Portugal. In practice, getting citizenship in Panama as a remote worker is going to take you close to 10 years minimum, possibly more. Whereas in Portugal, you can get that citizenship in only 5. Speaking of getting second residencies and citizenships, we've put together a free playbook that breaks down all the steps that you need to internationalize your life. You can grab a download link in the first pinned comment. The next criteria that we're evaluating on is lifestyle. Panama has great year-round weather. It has beautiful beaches. It has history. It has tons of water sports like fishing and surfing and kite surfing, and it has a very laid-back lifestyle. Portugal, on the other hand, has amazing history, access to all of Europe, and changing seasons if that's one of the things you're into. And of course, it has Nazaré if you're into that big wave surfing. So the winner for lifestyle, well, that's a tie. Some people like me prefer the laid-back tropical lifestyle of Panama. Others prefer the more historical vibe and the changing seasons of Portugal. So this really comes down to what you want and what you're looking for. So who's the overall winner? Well, Panama used to be really great because you could easily get the Friendly Nations visa and as a remote worker, not pay taxes in Panama on your income. And this is huge. Plus, the Panama tourist visa was a whopping 180 days, so you could stay for 6 months, border hop to Colombia or Costa Rica, and stay for another 180 days. Unfortunately, from August of 2021, the Friendly Nations visa requirements have changed, and now you require an investment of $200,000 or an employment contract. You can watch more about it on a video that we'll link in the description. And starting in October, Panama's tourist visa is only going to be valid for 90 days, and could potentially require 30 days out of the country before returning. We're still looking in trying to get that confirmed because we've heard it going both ways. And we've also heard it may not apply equally to all countries. But if you're looking for a tranquilo, temporary lifestyle with really very little government interference, a tropical vibe, and beautiful beaches and misty mountains, and where the US dollar is still the currency, Panama might be the right choice for you. However, if you've always admired European culture and architecture and dreamed of living close to the vineyards or to the popular Nazaré, Portugal provides an amazing option that's easy to qualify for and easy to keep going for a longer period. And your remote working visa can lead to residency and citizenship if that is part of your 5 flags or 6 flags plan. That's why so many people are calling Portugal's D7 visa the best kept secret for remote workers in Europe. So for many remote workers, Portugal is pulling ahead if second citizenship or residency is part of your long-term plans, or if you don't have a really high income or a budget to purchase real estate in Panama to get that other visa. So tell me in the comments below, is Panama's tropical weather and proximity to North America worth the extra steps and the extra potentially money it would take to qualify for the digital nomad visa and obtain citizenship or residency after that? Or does the lower income requirements and the ease of obtaining citizenship a lot faster and the ease of working into a permanent residency, along with the draw of living in Europe, pull you more in the direction of Portugal? Or is there somewhere else entirely that you'd rather work from remotely? And remember, the doors for working remotely and qualifying for permanent residency or second citizenship are closing and changing all the time. So that's why you should subscribe to Renegade News right now, because every week on this channel, we reveal the latest news, strategies, and tactics to finding more freedom and liberty in this unfree world. And don't forget to check out the video you see on the screen right now. In it, you'll see more information about Panama or Portugal or some other location and creating a life where you can break free from the system, pay less tax, and live anywhere in the world that you want. I'm Glenn Kowalski from Renegade News, and I'll see you over there.